Hey everybody. So this, as you can see, is a violin kit, or as they call it, the StewMac Fiddle kit. There you go. Stuart Mac, well known for kit guitars and luthier type equipment and supplies. They have this fiddle kit. There's some good photos of finished ones on the website from customers, but I couldn't find anywhere online, video or photo wise, that showed any details of the kit unassembled. Well, not even assembled, just those one pictures, which you can't really get a good view of. So hopefully one day we'll do the same thing as I'm doing now for a completed StewMac Fiddle kit. Let's see. Just thought I'd show you what's in it. Hopefully get good enough shots for you to tell what the quality might be of the wood, the grain, things like that. First, let me just quickly go through and point out what comes in the kit. As you can see, most of it right here in the camera view, but some of it's not. I'm just going down the parts list. Number one is the spruce bass bar. Spruce bass bar, yet to be shaped. There's a pattern in the instructions. The carved maple neck, tuning pegs. Well, let me go one at a time there. Neck, of course. Let me see what that one is. Here's the neck. It's actually pretty well carved. I started scraping on it using my scrapers to get some of the, just a little, not a lot, down here in this curve here. There was lots of, I don't know, chisel or gouge marks, so I started scraping that. Anyway, scroll looks nice. Not the best job ever, but good enough. I mean, for me to, I can finish it further. So the maple neck tuning pegs, I don't have them out of the bag, but tuning pegs. Probably glare, too much glare, but oh well. You know what they are, they're pegs that you stick in these holes to, of course, tune your violin. The fingerboard, nice, smooth. I like it, nice, smooth. Hollowed out a little on the back here. This is the part that will go over the violin body. It will have a space between the violin body and this. It's already been carved out. Also will make it lighter, but it's really smooth, nice, finished nice. I think, yeah, we need to round it a little bit. Machined on the edges, leaving it sharp. So probably round this over more. I think it even talks about that in the instructions. And the nut. Sometimes you feel like a nut. There's a nut. Let's see, it'll go something like this. Oh, is that the right one? No. Sorry. I think it needs shaped or something yet, but something like that. And then something like that. Something along those lines, right? Hey, I've never made a violin before, so what do I know? Carved spruce top. Here's the spruce top with the F-holes already cut. The grain's pretty straight. It's pretty tight. You see it's kind of pinstripe-like. That's what you want, at least that's what I hear, that's what I read. You want as straight as grain as possible, and you want it as, you want it uniform and close together, not wide. You don't want wide grain. It gets a little funky up here. It's because this is two pieces, it looks like. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But overall, I don't think it's bad. F-holes are cut real smooth. Here's the inside. You know, it's curved like this. For those that don't know, probably can't see that on here. It's curved down in there and arched on the top. You can see that probably. But what I hear, oops, didn't mean to kick that. What I hear is what I've read on the site from other customers. A few of them have said that these plates, the front and the back plate, tend to be a little thick. And even though if you put it together just like this, you still get a pretty decent sound, they say. Others are saying if you take the time to learn graduation and graduate these plates, it's where you use a thumb plane and scrapers like this. To take it down, and you take it down different dimensions depending on where it's at. There's patterns out there you can look up online and get the numbers, but I think I haven't studied it too much, so I could be a little off, but it tends to be on like the old Stradivari type violins that are known for their sound. I think they tend to be between 2 millimeters, 2.5 millimeters, up to maybe 3.5 or 4 millimeters. I don't know what this is, but it's clearly more than that. I mean, there's probably about 4 or 5 millimeters maybe there, I think. And it feels like pretty uniform throughout, so I think it is pretty thick throughout. So I'm going to give it a try. We'll see. Hopefully I don't ruin it, but I'm going to try to graduate these. So that's the carved maple back and side assembly. Well, here's the maple back and side assembly. They've already got the, these are the blocks. These are what they refer to as the blocks. This is the lining, the sides, ribs, called the ribs, the sides, whatever. Maple. And of course the back, which is figured pretty nicely. I know some have said in their reviews that it's pretty plain. This one actually has some decent figuring. You can see the kind of tiger stripe going on in it here. Of course, and with finishing that'll bring that even more, depending on how you finish it. You can certainly make that stand out if you want. The purfling grooves already are routed in there. They actually look decent. Some people have said that they were a little jakey. Mine aren't jakey, they're pretty clean. I didn't really have to go through here and do anything to them other than these points. They call these evidently the bee sting. I started working on them already. They're kind of cut short. They don't actually finish them usually. Like on this I haven't done anything yet. You might see it. I'm not sure. Let's see if I can get something a little more. See if this will help. So I don't know if you can really tell there. That actually almost looks done. These look better than the ones on the top did that I already did. See, there's that one's not completely coming to a point. But what's happened on these, on this front one, they were worse. They were more like just a hole there where those two lines come together. So I went back with my X-Acto knife and pointed them. See, this one is I think I did a good job on that one. Yeah, that one probably came out the best. Probably all over the place with this. I'm sorry about that, but put it back down where it was focused right there. Anyways, I continued that point. You have to do that on each point. And then of course your purfling will come. You gotta cut a miter on your purfling so it comes to the point there and fits nice. I'll be doing that next. Speaking of purfling, this is some of it that comes with it. You can see it's black, white, black. The white strip in the middle is thicker than the black on the ends, on the sides, you know, the sandwich between. And of course you'll shape that to fit. Let's see if I can get, well, if I put my book down I can probably do a little more. Go in there, then you'll have to curve it around. it fits, like I said, the slot's pretty good in these areas where I can start fitting it. It does go in, no problem. These have to be bent. From what I'm reading in the book and online, you want to maybe damp, but not wet, not soak. They can delaminate, come apart, or swell and not want to fit in the slot. See there? I just stuck that in there and it fits perfect right now. It's at an angle. Just slid it in there one-fingered. But so you get them damp. I've read a few different ways, but probably like some warm water and a cloth. Maybe with your finger, stick the cloth in, wring it out so it's just damp, and then wipe this down. Now, some instructions are saying just do that and then bend it. I'm a little concerned about bending these sharp curves, just doing that. So I've got my wife to give me an old curling iron of hers, and I'm going to fire that bad boy up. And I'm going to try using that as a bending iron to see if I can get these more extreme curves right here without breaking this. I was going to order some more from International Violin. They have 3 different types: German, French, and Italian. The difference is the thickness of the white and the black. And I was going to do that, and just in case I broke some of this, or if I ordered the Purfling from International Violin and just like the look of it better, then I might just use this as practice and use the International Violin Purfling. You can see how much came with it. Of course, they got to give you enough to. Let me come back here. They got to at least give you enough to do both the top and the bottom. So you got 4 of these smaller ones for this, as what they call the C bout. These curves are all called bouts. Again, this is for people who don't know. I'm sure some people already know, but these are called the bouts. These are the C bouts, of course, because look, they look like a C. And the short ones are going to go already cut for the C bouts, 2 for each plate. And then you got these longer ones to cover these the upper and lower bouts. Lower bout, upper bout. I'm sure I will break some. I'm probably delaminate some, getting them wet, break them, bending them, whatever. So that's why I thought I'd order some more, but I haven't done that yet. I got to order some hide glue, so I figured I'd get the hide glue and the. Oh, I got this sweet little pop for my hide glue. Check it out. I couldn't help it. Yeah, there's a lot of cheap ways you can go. That's fine. Look, I work hard for my money so I can have the things I want. I wanted this. It's a replica of, I forgot what the company was. It's a company that used to make stuff, I think they started in the 1850s all the way up through the 1940s maybe. And this is a replica, but it's heavy, and it's a double boiler type deal. So you put your water in. It's got a heating plate here. I don't have enough cord to bring it over. Got this heating plate, nice green heating plate. Just set it in there. You got your water in the in this one. Put this one in. Let it get up to temperature. I measured it. You're supposed to work with high glue between what I read is 140 and 150 degrees. I let this fire up. Put a liquid thermometer in it and left it in there for like an hour. And monitored it, and it stayed at between 145 and 150 pretty much the whole time. Of course, you'd put your hide glue in here, set down in the water, and it keeps it going for you all day if you want. I won't, like I said, you can go cheap. You can certainly get by with, I've heard of people using baby bottle warmers, candle warmers, little mini crock pots. There's all kinds of things you can do. And I was going to do that, but then I just decided I like that. It came from Lee Valley. We've seen that on top. Lee Valley Tools. They're not specifically a luthier or a supply house or anything. They're just a woodworking supply. But they had it for such a good price, I couldn't resist it. I had to have it. It's just me. And then a few of the other things here. Your bridge that comes with it. That's the chin rest bracket, something like that. The stock to make the sound post sits inside. There's some cork. I'm not even sure where the cork goes yet, but there's some cork. Boxwood chin rest. I like these. And tailpiece. They're nice. The really nice finish. I don't know how well the light lets you see that. Pretty good. I wonder if I can adjust my light so it doesn't. I don't know, something like that. You can see. Seems quality to me. Tailpiece. Nice tailpiece. With the gut, whatever they call it. It's in my book here. That's the 14 tail gut. Tail gut goes across the. This is the tail pin. It'll go over this, something like that. Over this and down like this. Fine tuner. It has one fine tuner for the E string, the one string that can be, I guess, hard to tune. I'm not a violin player per se. I'm taking lessons, learning. Hopefully by the time I finish this, because I want to take my time and try to do a spectacular job on it, I'm hoping by the time I finish it, I can at least play it to a decent enough level that I can tell if it was worth my $199 and my time. Yes, that's what it was, $199. So that's about it. Well, the manual, you see, walks you through all the steps. You can look at this online. You can download the PDF online if you want to take a look at it. Again, I just hadn't seen anything before I bought this that showed it in any kind of detail. I hope that the detail that I showed it in was decent enough for you to get an idea of what this kit contains and if it's worth your money. Stay tuned. I'm going to try to document the progress I make on it with video. I probably won't actually run video while I'm building on it, but once I get different stages done, I'll show that. Next is going to be the purfling. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then after that I'm probably going to try to graduate these. Oh yeah, and if I do graduate, I'm trying to decide, well, not if I do, I am trying to decide if I'm going to just do the top plate or the top and the bottom. The thing is, to do this bottom, you have to take it off. Now, granted, you use hide glue just for that purpose, so you can take a violin apart. It's easy to take apart and make repairs. So this could, theoretically, come off easy enough so that I could work on it. But I'm a little concerned about doing that for my first time. Not to mention, I'm afraid that the shape of these ribs could be altered once this back's taken off. I don't have a form to put it on. Normally this is on a form, and it stays on that form, through a lot of the process. If I was to take this back off, these ribs, the sides could lose their shape possibly. So I'm hesitant to do that. But graduating it with them there, I guess it's possible. I mean, figure you're going to use a little thumb planes, finger planes they call them, maybe some of my scrapers. I don't know, we'll see. I might do just the top, I might do the top and the back. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Hope I wasn't too stupid, and talk to you guys on the next video. Out.